Rise, keepers of the dawn. Today we're going to talk about the thing that makes you feel most human, and sometimes most out of control. Your emotions. Not as enemies, not as gods, as messengers, not masters. Segment 1. When your emotions try to rule you. You know that moment. A message comes in, a tone in someone's voice, a look, a delay, a scene with no reply, and suddenly, you're not calm anymore. Your chest tightens, your jaw clenches, your brain starts writing a whole movie. They disrespected me. They don't care about me. I knew I wasn't good enough. In seconds, your emotions grab the steering wheel. Anger hits the accelerator. Fear hits the brakes. Jealousy leans over your shoulder and whispers, turn hey, crash hey, burn this relationship, humiliate yourself. Most people spend their whole lives like that. Driven, possessed, dragged around by whatever they feel in the moment. But you are here because something in you is tired of being a passenger. You want to feel deeply, without being dragged blindly. You want to be fully alive, but not easily controlled. You want your emotions to speak, but not to rule. The Stoics were never against emotions. People get them wrong. They imagine a Stoic as a stone statue, cold, unmoved, emotionless. But that's not what the wisest Stoics taught. Marcus Aurelius didn't sit on the throne with no feelings. He felt grief. He felt stress. He felt the pressure of an empire leaning on his shoulders. Yet he wrote to himself, external things are not the problem. It is your judgment of them, and you can erase that judgment now. He wasn't saying, don't feel. He was saying, don't let the first feeling become your final verdict. Epictetus, born a slave, crippled, insulted, beaten, said, it's not what happens to you, but how you respond that matters. Notice, not how you feel at first, how you respond after. The Stoics understood something most people never learn. Emotions are automatic. Reactions are chosen. The first wave is natural. The second wave is your decision. Your anger rises like a flash of lightning. That's not sin. That's not failure. That's biology. But what you do next, whether you speak or stay silent, whether you insult or listen, whether you throw your phone or simply put it down and breathe, that is where your power begins. Think of emotions like weather. You walk outside. Some days, the sun warms your skin. Some days, the rain soaks your clothes. Some days, thunder cracks the sky. You don't control the cloud. You don't control the wind. But you still make choices. Will you carry an umbrella? Will you drive slower in the rain? Will you stay inside during the storm? The foolish person screams at the sky. The wise person adjusts their behavior. Your emotional life is like that. Anger is a storm. Fear is a fog. Jealousy is a bitter wind that makes your bones shake. You don't choose the weather that appears in your mind and body, but you do choose what you do next. The core Stoic insight is simple and terrifying. You are not your emotions. You are the one who notices them. The emotion is the guest. You are the host. The emotion is the knock at the door. You decide whether to let it run the house. Imagine this. You're at work. You've poured your heart into a project. You send it to your manager. Hours later, you see a notification. Your heart lifts. They've replied, fix this. Not good enough. Just 5 words. No thank you. No good effort. No warmth. Instantly, the heat shoots up your neck. Not good enough. Do they know how late I stayed up? Do they know what I sacrificed? This is disrespect. Now the emotion stands at your inner door and yells, open up. Let me drive. Write that angry email. Quit in your mind. Talk about them behind their back. Poison your own atmosphere. What does the ordinary person do? They obey. They send the irritated reply. They complain to colleagues. They carry resentment home and dump it on people who have nothing to do with it. They let a moment shape their character. But you're training for something else. You're learning to say, I feel anger. I feel hurt. I feel disrespected. But emotion, you are a messenger. You are not the king. You feel it fully, but you don't bow to it blindly. So what are emotions, really? Emotions are signals, alarms, messages from the deeper parts of your mind. Anger says, Something feels unfair, violated, or out of alignment with my values. Fear says, something here looks dangerous. Think, prepare, pay attention. Sadness says, you lost something that mattered. Don't rush past this. Honor it. Jealousy says, you see something you desire, or wound in your sense of worth. The problem is not that emotions speak. The problem is that we never question them. We treat every feeling as a command instead of a clue. We say, I feel it, therefore it must be true. I feel it, therefore I must act on it. That's how lives fall apart. The Stoic way is different. A Stoic says, I will treat my emotions like letters. I will open them. I will read them. I will extract the message. But I will not hand them my crown. Feel everything. Obey nothing blindly. This is the first shift. Not to demonize your feelings. Not to worship them. But to look at them. Face them. Hold them in your hands like a doctor examining a patient. Cool. Clear. Compassionate. When anger rises, you don't shout, I am anger. You say, anger has arrived. What is it trying to tell me? And what would my best self do with this? When fear tightens your chest, you don't whisper, I am fear. You say, fear has arrived. Is this warning wise or exaggerated? Let me listen, and then decide. You become the captain, not the storm. The wisest people weren't people who felt less. They were people who learned to feel without becoming slaves. Seneca wrote about anger as a kind of brief madness. He never said, never feel anger. He warned that once anger takes over, it drags you further than you ever meant to go. So he advised, slow down, delay, wait before reacting, because time cools the blood. Time turns fire into light. Your task is not to become a cold statue. Your task is to become a warm, clear human being, whose heart feels deeply, and whose mind does not kneel to every mood. That is true strength. Not the man who never cries, not the woman who never feels fear, but the person who can say, yes, I feel this. No, I will not let it rule me. I choose my response. Emotions as messengers, not masters. That is the path we are walking. The storm doesn't drown you. Forgetting you can swim does. Most people never learn how to swim in their own inner ocean. A wave comes, anger, panic, shame, and they thrash, choke, and sink. But there's a quiet superpower available to you. A simple, almost childlike move. Naming. Not poetry. Not long analysis. Just this. I feel anger. I'm noticing fear. There's jealousy here. It sounds small. It is not. Because the moment you name an emotion, you step back half a step from it. You create space between you and what you feel. And in that space, your freedom is born. Think about the difference between these two sentences. I am angry. There's anger in me. They sound similar, but they shape your identity in very different ways. I am angry fuses you with the feeling. You and the anger become one thing. You are no longer a person who has anger. You are a person who has anger. What happens then? You defend it. You justify it. You feed it. Because to release the anger feels like to lose yourself. But when you say, there's anger in me right now. Oh, I notice anger. You do something subtle and powerful. You stand beside your emotion, not under it. You say, I am the sky. This feeling is a cloud. It can pass. I don't have to become it. Modern psychology has confirmed what the ancients intuited. Putting feelings into words calms the brain. When you name what you feel, the storm in your nervous system softens. That's not magic. It's your mind saying, ah, I see what this is. Now I can work with it. The Stoics did this through journaling. Marcus Aurelius wrote page after page, naming his thoughts, questioning his impulses, reminding himself what truly mattered. He didn't write to impress anyone. He wrote to survive his own emotions. You can do the same. Not for likes, not for aesthetics, but like a surgeon writing notes during an operation to save the patient. And in this case, the patient is your inner life. Let's make this real. Imagine a conversation with a friend. They cancel on you last minute. Again, you stare at your phone. Instantly, heat, tight chest, voice in your head. Wow, I don't matter to them. People always do this to me. I'm always the last option. If you don't catch it, you'll reply with poison. Don't worry, I'm used to being unimportant. Forget it, I won't bother you again. You'll send a message that turns a simple cancellation into a doorway for resentment and drama. But there's another option. You pause. You put the phone down. You breathe in. You breathe out. You say, either loud or inside, "What am I feeling?" And you answer honestly, "I feel disappointed. I feel hurt. I feel anger building." You might even go deeper. "I feel afraid that I don't matter to this person. I feel fear of being replaceable." Now you've done something sacred. You have turned vague suffering into clear information. You've taken a swirling storm and drawn a simple map. That map allows you to choose your next move. Maybe you decide to send a calm message. "Hey, I feel disappointed when plans change last minute. Can we talk about it?" Maybe you decide to adjust your expectations. Maybe you realize this person's pattern doesn't deserve front row access to your life anymore. Whatever you choose it from clarity, not from blind reaction, all because you named the storm. There is a powerful Stoic practice hidden here. Call it label, locate, listen. 1. Label. Ask, "What is this?" Not "What's wrong with me?" Simply, "What am I feeling?" Answer with 1 or 2 words. Anger, fear, jealousy, sadness, shame, guilt. Don't write a novel. Just pin it down with a name. 2. Locate. Where do you feel it in your body? Is your chest tight? Is your stomach heavy? Is your throat closed? Are your fists clenched? This is not spiritual fluff. It's how you bring the mind back from the fantasy into the present moment. You remind yourself, "I am here, in this room, feet on the floor, breath moving. This feeling is energy in my body, not a monster controlling fate." 3. Listen. Ask the emotion, "What are you trying to tell me?" If this anger had a sentence, what would it say? Maybe you feel your boundaries are being crossed. Maybe you perceive disrespect. If this fear had a sentence, what would it say? Maybe you might fail. Maybe you don't want to be embarrassed. Listening does not mean obeying. It means extracting the message before deciding what to do. Label, locate, listen. 3 steps, 30 seconds. But those 30 seconds can save you from 30 days of damage. The opposite of this is being swallowed. Being swallowed means you don't name it, it just dominates you. You don't locate it, it floats in your head like a ghost. You don't listen, you just obey. You become the anger, you become the fear, you become the jealousy. And afterward, when the storm finally passes, you're left with regret. I didn't want to say that. I didn't mean to send that message. I don't even recognize who I became in that moment. The wise don't aim for a life without emotion. They aim for a life without being ruled by them. This is why Marcus Aurelius constantly reminded himself, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Your mind includes your first reactions, your surges of feeling. You might not choose their arrival, but you can choose their position. Front seat or back seat, master or messenger. How do we train this in daily life? Not in theory, in the middle of your real mess. Here are simple ways. 1. Emotional check-ins. Set an alarm 3 to 4 times a day. When it rings, stop for 30 seconds. Ask, "What am I feeling right now?" Name it. Locate it. Listen for the message. Then continue your day. This is mental weightlifting. Representatives for your inner awareness. 2. End of day review. At night, grab a notebook. Draw 3 simple columns. Trigger, emotion, response. Fill in just 3 rows. Email from boss, anxiety, anger, snapped at partner later. Friend cancelled, disappointment, withdrawn, quiet. Social media comparison, jealousy, scrolled more, felt worse. Then ask, how could I have responded if I had seen them as messengers, not masters? Write better responses. This is exactly what the Stoics did. They reviewed their day, not to condemn themselves, but to learn. 3. Change your language. Begin switching from I am to I notice. I'm anxious becomes I notice anxiety in me right now. I'm jealous becomes I notice jealousy rising. I'm depressed becomes I feel deep sadness and emptiness right now. This small shift reminds your mind that you are larger than whatever passes through you. You are the sky. Emotions are clouds. Some are heavy, some are dark. Some bring rain that nourishes the ground, but none of them are the whole sky. Remember this. Your emotions are not trying to destroy you. They are trying to inform you. It's your untrained reaction that turns information into devastation. So the next time a feeling rises like a wave, don't rush to obey it. Stand still, even for a moment. Label it, locate it, listen to it, then choose. Because you are not here to be swallowed by the storm. You are here to learn how to sail through it. Feel everything. Obey nothing blindly. Now we go deeper. It's one thing to notice your emotions. It's another thing to use them. Because if emotions are messengers, they are carrying mail. Inside each anger, each fear, each jealousy, is a letter with instructions. If you ignore the letter, the messenger just keeps shouting louder. If you worship the messenger, you burn the letter and follow them into chaos. But if you open the letter, if you read what it says, you can turn your most uncomfortable emotions into the sharpest tools for growth. Let's talk about the 3 that trouble us the most. Anger, fear, jealousy. 1. Anger, the fire that can burn or forge. Anger is dangerous, but danger is not always evil. Fire can burn your house down. Fire can also cook your food, purify water, forge steel. It depends who is controlling it. Anger usually appears when you perceive injustice, you feel disrespected, you sense a boundary has been crossed. Anger's message often sounds like, "This is not okay." If you let anger be the master, you'll scream, insult, throw, break, post, and later regret. But if anger is only a messenger, you can ask it questions. What exactly feels unjust? What value of mine is being violated? What boundary needs to be clarified? The Stoic doesn't say, "I must never feel anger." The Stoic says, "When anger knocks, I will not let it rule me. I will listen, then act with justice, courage, and self-control." Picture a blacksmith. He holds metal in the fire until it glows. Then he shapes it. He doesn't throw the sword away because it's hot. He uses the heat to forge something strong. Your anger is that heat. Instead of exploding at your partner, you use anger as a sign that a boundary or need has not been expressed clearly. Instead of ranting online, you use anger about injustice to push you towards service, advocacy, action. You shift from, "Anger must explode," to, "Anger must inform my next wise step." Ask yourself, when I am angry, what kind of person do I want to be? Vengeful or firm and fair? Let anger be your fire for clarity, not your excuse for cruelty. 2. Fear, the guard dog that needs training. Fear is not a villain. Fear is a guard dog. It barks at anything that looks unfamiliar. New project, new relationship, new opportunity. It barks. Danger. Stay where you are. Don't try. Don't risk. Don't move. Sometimes the dog is right. Sometimes the dog is just loud. A Stoic doesn't kick the dog or muzzle it forever. A Stoic learns to ask, is this fear wise, or is it just habitual? Wise fear says, don't walk down that dark alley. Don't send money to that obvious scam. Don't ignore your health symptoms. Foolish fear says, don't apply. You'll fail. Don't speak. They'll laugh. Don't love. You might get hurt. If fear is the master, you obey both. If fear is only a messenger, you sift them. You let fear raise the question, what do I need to prepare? Do I need more information? Do I need a plan? Do I need to accept that discomfort is part of growth? Fear's letter might say, you care about this. You don't want to fall. So train, prepare, grow stronger. The Stoics often practiced a technique, imagining worst-case scenarios in advance, so they would not be paralyzed by them later. Not to obsess, to become familiar. So when fear whispers, What if it goes wrong? You can answer calmly. If it goes wrong, I will still be me. I will still have my character. I can still act with courage and wisdom. Suddenly, fear becomes a spotlight, showing you where courage is needed. 3. Jealousy, the map to your deepest desires. Jealousy stings. You see someone else succeed. You feel something in your chest twist. A friend posts a happy relationship. A stranger gets the position you wanted. Someone younger than you achieves what you've been dreaming about. You smile on the outside. Inside, a voice says, "Why not me? What's wrong with me? Life is unfair." If jealousy is the master, you become petty. You secretly hope they fail. You criticize their success. You sabotage your own peace with constant comparison. But if jealousy is only a messenger, you can ask, what is this showing me? Jealousy often reveals two things: a desire you've been denying, a wound in your sense of worth. If someone's happy relationship triggers jealousy, maybe the letter says, you want closeness. You want to be loved. You've been pretending you don't care. If someone's career success triggers jealousy, maybe the letter says, you also long to use your gifts. You've been hiding from your own potential. Then you can respond like a builder, not a critic. Instead of, they don't deserve it, you ask, what small, honest step could I take toward what I actually desire? Instead of drowning in comparison, jealousy becomes a compass pointing to parts of your life that need attention, courage, or healing. To use these messages well, you need a simple framework, something you can remember when your heart is pounding. Call it 5 Ns of emotional alchemy. 1. Notice. I feel something. Don't run. Don't distract immediately. Simply admit, there's a wave here. 2. Name. Is it anger, fear, jealousy, sadness, shame, guilt, disappointment, loneliness? Name it clearly. 3. Normalize. Tell yourself, it makes sense that I feel this way. I am a human, not a robot. This doesn't mean you justify every reaction. It means you remove shame from the feeling itself. 4. Narrow. Ask the messenger, what is the specific message here? For anger, what value or boundary feels violated? For fear, what am I afraid will happen? Is it truly life-threatening, or just ego-threatening? For jealousy, what does this reveal about what I deeply want or where I feel not enough? You narrow the vague storm into clear language. 5. Next step. Ask, what is one wise, small action I can take now? Maybe a calm conversation, a boundary, more preparation, a courageous move, or maybe simply do nothing for now. Let the wave pass, then decide. The key is this: the emotion doesn't choose the step, your values do. The Stoics cared more about your character than your comfort. They would ask you, when anger comes, does it make you more just or less? When fear comes, does it make you more courageous or less? When jealousy comes, does it push you to create and grow, or just to complain and compare? If your emotions consistently drag you away from wisdom, it's because you've been letting them sit on your throne. Take them off, not by killing them, by reassigning them. Anger is no longer king. It becomes your advisor about boundaries and injustice. Fear is no longer king. It becomes your risk manager, asking, have you prepared? Jealousy is no longer king. It becomes your map maker, revealing where your heart still wants more. You listen to them. You thank them. You learn from them. But you do not bow. So how do you live this? Practically, day after day. Here are daily practices to make emotions your messengers. 1. The 3-breath rule. Before you respond to any emotional trigger, take 3 slow breaths. Inhale through your nose. Hold for a moment. Exhale slowly through your mouth. During those breaths, silently say, messenger, not master. You'd be amazed how much foolishness 3 breaths can save you from. 2. The future self question. Ask, if I let this emotion rule me right now, how will my future self feel about what I do? If your future self would be ashamed, wait. If your future self would be grateful, go ahead. Anger might say, send that insult. Your future self might say, Please don't. We'll pay for it later. Listen to the wiser voice. 3. The virtue filter. The Stoics talk constantly about 4 core virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, self-control. When an emotion surges, ask, what response here would be most wise? What response would be most courageous? What response would be most just? What response would show the greatest self-control? That is your filter. That is your true compass. In the end, this is not about controlling emotions, like you're wrestling wild animals. It's about governing them, like a wise leader governs a noisy council. Some voices are loud, some are scared, some are angry, some are wounded. You listen, you weigh, you decide. You are not here to be ruled by anger. You are not here to be imprisoned by fear. You are not here to be poisoned by jealousy. You are here to become someone whose inner world is ordered, honest, and strong. Someone who can say, I feel deeply, but I choose wisely. Emotions as messengers, not masters. So when the next wave comes, and it will, remember, you don't have to push it away. You don't have to drown in it. You can stand, breathe, name it, and ask, what are you here to show me? And how can I answer you without betraying who I want to become? Feel everything. Obey nothing blindly. Let your emotions speak, but let your character decide.